Ladies and gents, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Potato, and here we check out the latest and the greatest strategy games each and every day of the week. The year is over, and I'm having a look back at all of the great games that I have played throughout 2023. In my opinion, the most versatile category of strategy games is without a doubt the base builder. Why is that, you might ask? I think it's because quite literally anything can be a base builder as long as you're building yourself a base. And boy oh boy, there's been a lot of great base builders that have released over the course of 2023. Now remember, I've done a bunch of these videos now, and there's a bunch of base builders that fit into other categories, notably city builder and management games, so go check out my videos on those, linked down in the description. Also, get subscribed for my video on the best upcoming base builders in 2024 and 2025. That is in the final stages of editing, so expect that one in the next few weeks. I've played a lot of games this year. In total, over 250 new releases in the strategy space over the course of the last 365 days. Only the best of those make it onto the channel, and only the best of those in any given category make it onto this list. So this is the creme de la creme. I've tried to only include games that you can actually play right now on Steam rather than demos, although as ever, there are a few great demos that have made this list. I've also got a few bonus games and honorable mentions at the end of the video, so make sure you stay tuned until then. Let's get to the base builders, shall we? I think one military camp, to me, exemplifies everything that base building games have to offer. You play as the commander of the last unconquered military outpost on Earth. An evil maniac has conquered all other territories in the region except yours. The world's last hope resides in an old military camp located in this peaceful land. Bring it back to its former glory to recruit and train a brave group of fighters to push back the forces of evil. Face the challenge of building a military camp, keeping an eye on resources and logistics. Place buildings efficiently, hire the staff that will keep everything running, and set up training courses. Build defenses because enemies will send spies and drones to try and sabotage your camp. The reason why I like this game so much is that all of the focus is on your base, and it's all about making improvements to each aspect in order to ensure that you remain victorious. There's obviously some pretty important management aspects to this game too. You'll be sending missions and troops on missions all over the world in an effort to reconquer the map, but the focus remains sort of squarely on building an efficient and productive base. It's great. I really recommend that you give it a go. It released fully in July of 2023 after a period in early access, and you really can't go wrong with it. From building a military camp to building a dungeon, Dungeons 4 is a satirical take on the classic dungeon builder, and it's pretty flippin' good too. There's a lot to unpack with this game, so sit back. Firstly, the aim of the game is to conquer the overworld. Sounds simple. Not so. To do so, you've got to build up a dungeon, collect your own coin, plan your own rooms, the regular stuff. But you've also got to be prepared for enemy incursions into your evil lair. So be prepared to build towers and traps, and also, very importantly, be ready to train a goblin army to unleash on the overworld. This is a great little game. It's made all the better by the fact that it doesn't take itself seriously at all. Believe it or not, there's a surprising amount of management and strategy that goes into running a dungeon this big, so you can build some pretty substantial and worthy dungeons. It's a great game that really surprised me with its quality and depth, pun very much intended, and it gets a hearty recommendation from Old Potato over here. You can check out my video linked up in the top right hand corner right now if you're interested. It was released only in November actually, and it's already cruised past 1,000 positive reviews and is sitting pretty at 89% recommended. Shifting gears a little bit here and taking to the skies, I'm going to recommend Forever Skies to you. Forever Skies is a first-person post-apocalyptic survival game. Return to Earth ravaged by an ecological disaster. Fly, upgrade, and customize your mobile high-tech airship base. Scavenge resources to survive, face dangers on the surface, and hunt for viral pathogens to cure a mysterious illness. The base that you're building in this one is rather uniquely an airship, And there's a lot to consider, as you'd expect, when planning and designing a ship that needs to be able to take to the skies. How much does it weigh? How much thrust is going on the back? How much lift does it have? As well as, does it have the facilities on board that will allow you to collect the resources needed for your survival? That includes being able to collect building materials and the food and water needed to survive. This is a unique entry, and I really hope that this title continues to improve throughout early access. Again, if you'd like to get a feel for the game, check out the link in the top right hand corner for my video. But yeah, this is a good one that you should absolutely give a look to if you're interested in this type of game. I covered this one in my list of best city builders in 2023, but I'm highlighting it again because it is so darn good. Thronefall is a castle builder where you have to defend your empire from increasingly powerful waves of enemies. You play as the king of the realm, and throughout the game you'll be making decisions on where to spend your spoils of war. Will you use your cash to upgrade your economy, making subsequent waves easier to handle, or will you upgrade your army, or perhaps your towers and walls? The decision is yours. The game has tons of replay value as you get to jump into each scenario with a bunch of modifiers that can really change the way that the game is played. It's such a great twist on the traditional formula, but it works really well, and with a great art style, it's an absolute joy to play. This game really came out of nowhere. It plays super well. I had a great time with this one, and I know I'm not alone in that. A huge number of others felt similarly. It's got over 8,000 reviews. It is overwhelmingly positive, and it only released in August. It's got marvelous replay value and is absurdly cheap. Thronefall is great, and I would highly recommend you check it out if you haven't already. Above Snakes is a bit of a weird one to try and quantify. It's a bit of a survival game, it's a bit of a base builder, and it's a bit of a world builder. Together, those elements combine into a really compelling package. You wake up in a cabin in the woods, in a changed world. Tiny spoiler here, but zombies have taken over the town, and you're basically alone in the woods. You've got to explore, collect resources, and build up the world around you to solve the mystery, to save people, that kind of thing. I really like the system for building the world out. It's done tile by tile, and you collect resources and spend them on literally building new bits of the world. It's quite peaceful and quite an enjoyable experience. You've also got to build a base, build walls, and a roof for you to sleep in, as well as crafting benches and all the other equipment stations that you're going to need to survive. This is a great little game, and at the end you get to look back on the world that you've built, literally piece by piece, and think, nice, that is really cool. This one came onto the scene in May of 2023. It's still getting pretty substantial content updates. It's just hit patch 1.4 at the time of writing, which is the most wanted update, and I'll leave you to discern exactly what that could mean. This is a very quirky indie entry for this list, but you know what? I think it absolutely slaps, and it's been overlooked by pretty much everyone. This is Expand and Exterminate, Territorial Disputes, Endless Base Defense. And yes, I know, that's a name that only a mother could be proud of, but don't let that take away from what is a supremely competent base builder. This game follows very closely in the footsteps of strategy classic Command & Conquer. Except instead of being a real-time strategy game, it is a base builder crossed with a tower defense title. You've got to manage your income in the same way that you do in Command & Conquer, mining Tiberium. Very legally distinct green crystals, but you'll be spending your coin on emplacements rather than a mobile army as you're charged with repelling wave after wave of increasingly nutty enemies. There's also a pretty chunky research tech tree to get through, so after you've lost a run, you can try again with a bunch of new tech and units that you can use to repel enemies for longer. I think part of the reason why I like this game so much is that it's just an unapologetically indie game, and it's unapologetically inspired by Command & Conquer, a series that I still love. It's a great game with a demo that is up that you can check out before you buy, so you can see if it's something that would be up your street. Plus, it's still in early access, so hopefully much more to come. You know, after playing this game a bunch of times, I still don't know how to pronounce it. Quriocity? I'm just not sure. Anyway, this game is a self-declared city builder set on an alien planet. I'm going to disagree slightly and say that it's a base builder, because this game is more than just about building a city. You're in charge of all of the functions needed to thrive on a Martian world. That means conducting exploration, expanding into new territory, building more extraction and processing facilities for a variety of materials, all with the goal of supporting your colonists. Everything is done in clusters, so you'll want to optimize your layout for maximum efficiency, and you'll need to build stuff in certain places to get all of those production bonuses. I was pleasantly impressed with this game when it arrived in early access, and I checked it out again when it hit full release in July of 2023. I think it's a really, really tight little base builder. Exogate Initiative is a management/base building game that'll take you from a humble rec room to the edge of creation. In the near future, a new technology allows us to travel instantly to anywhere in the universe via portals known as exogates. An international initiative is created to develop these portals and explore the worlds beyond. Plan, excavate, and build a sprawling underground research facility. Research, recruit, train, and manage specialists from all around the world, assemble a team of experts, and send them across the universe through the Exogate. Much like one military camp, the focus of Exogate Initiative is all on the base. It really is quite like XCOM, but without those pesky battles to get in the way. I am, of course, kidding. I love XCOM. Exogate Initiative launched onto the scene in early access in April 2023 and is currently on track for a full launch in Q2 of 2024. Another nearly possible to pronounce game that I'm going to try, probably in a completely different way from the last time that I tried, but this is Naheulbeuk's Dungeon Master, another satirical dungeon builder. Is there something about dungeon building games that lean well towards satire? I'm just not sure. Whatever the case, this game is more of a tower builder than in the case of Dungeons 4, which is definitely a dungeon builder. Anyway, in Naheulbeuk's Dungeon Master, you play as the Dungeon Master's assistant and have to build up a dungeon to be proud of. That means hiring the right staff, building the toilets in the right place, placing defenses and soldiers at the doors so that misdoers can't cause mischief, and perhaps most importantly of all, turning a profit so that you can continue to pay for the darned place. This is a great game, and again, worth highlighting how unseriously it takes itself, which is a very good thing in my opinion. This title released into full release in November of 2023. You can check it out and all the other games that I've talked about today in the description down below. And last, but certainly not least, a very indie, very wholesome base builder for you. This is Full Metal Sergeant, where you play as the commander of a small training outpost. You've got to build up a training facility for your troopers and ensure you're using their time as wisely as possible. That means training specific skills and using specific buildings, but you've only got a limited amount of space to build those facilities that your troops need. This is all in aid of your troops heading out on a mission at the end of the year, a mission which you need to lead. This game isn't going to give you hours and hours of replayability, but it is a really great little base builder and a management game that I really enjoyed playing this year. This arrived on the scene in April of 2023 and takes up the final place on my list with a hearty recommendation. So, ladies and gents, that is it for my list. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. It is worth repeating that there have been so many base builders that are on my other lists, and they're all linked below. And they're the best place to go if you're interested in more great strategy games like the ones that you've just heard about. My honorable mentions will be featured on those lists, but that's okay because they're all great games. But I will stress that in case you think these games below deserve to be higher up, the reason that I've listed them as honorable mentions is because they've already been ranked on another list. Let's get to the honorable mentions, shall we? This is honestly the game that I think I'm just surprised that it exists, as it is such a strange concept to make a game of, and yet it is so darned good. Releasing in August of 2023, functionally out of nowhere, Bee Island is a beehive builder and defense game. You have to manage the production of all honeybee resources, including honey, nectar, and wax. You've got to breed your bees to ensure that you've always got the correct number of drones and warriors, and above all, you've got to defend your queen from the onslaught that's coming her way. This game has technically released, although there are plans for a few upcoming updates, so keep an eye on those if you're interested in checking this one out. Mistward is a survival base builder set on a mysterious island enshrouded in a poisonous mist. Create light sources to keep the mist at bay, build houses, and command humans to gather resources, explore the island, and find a way out. This game is basically an automation game plus a base builder or a city builder. All the while, you need to make sure that the mist never touches you. It's not a stressful experience, completely anyway, but keeping the mist at bay is absolutely something that you need to constantly keep your mind on. Another great game. This is more of an automation base builder than anything, but in Desynced, everything is modular. Build out your factory and all the robots that fill it, and chop and change your strategy as you see fit. Reassign modules, expand a specific production line, and protect your base from the bad guys. I just love how open-ended this game is, plus it's multiplayer, so you can jump into a game with some friends and all get to grips with the mechanics at the same time. The learning curve on this one is a little bit larger than other games, but it is absolutely worth it. I just absolutely love Desynced. And last but not least, for my honorable mentions, my favorite little FTL adjacent base builder, Rogue Station, where you build a space station instead of a spaceship, and the enemies come to you, which is fantastic. It's a great twist on a classic and really manages to sort of capture the essence of what makes FTL great. It's a really special little game. I've got so much to say on this game, but this video is already long enough, so you're going to have to check out my video linked in the top right hand corner to see more of my thoughts on this game if indeed you're interested. That's it, folks. Thank you ever so much for watching and supporting these videos. Your comments mean the world to me, and there's been a bunch of love for this series that I am working on at the moment, which I truly appreciate because it takes a bunch of effort to make each and every video, although it is definitely worth it. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Check out the Patreon if you're interested in helping make videos like this possible, and I will see you next time. Bye.